Alright, hello everybody and welcome to a tutorial. Today we're going to be crafting with adhesive vinyl. This is our 50 pack of adhesive vinyl sheets. As you can see here, 12 by 12 inches, 45 individual different sheets of vinyl, 20 sheets, 20 colors glossy, 20 colors matte, and then you also get 5 extra transfer sheets. But what we actually went ahead and did, I took one of these sheets, this orange color here, and I put it through our Cricut machine. It's an Explore Air 2, and I cut this out and I weeded it, and we're going to actually be transferring some of these stickers, some of these adhesive vinyl decals to a couple of different mugs, and I have a few here just for an example, but this is one we did in a previous live stream. So this was a metallic silver color, and we also have that. I don't see it in here, it's hiding somewhere, but that is available in our bundle of adhesive vinyl. But we're just going to be transferring a couple of these off into and onto different mugs. And then I'm also going to be testing out and seeing how well it will hold up against a journal. This is a little bit of a softer material. It's like a faux leather, but I'm going to try my best to transfer one of these decals to a notebook. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing, I already skipped the step of the cutting process and the weeding. That takes a little bit of time, but I just found a few different designs. I use Cricut Design Space, put it into my laptop, connected it to my die cutting machine, which is a Cricut Explore Air 2, and then I cut it out pretty quickly using that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to transfer some of these designs, like I did here, for example. That was another one I did in a previous live stream. But I'm going to transfer some of these to some of our different mugs. And in order to do that, I actually have our transfer tape vinyl roll here, 30 feet long, medium tack with this really handy alignment grid. And it also comes with a squeegee. So you're going to need this transfer tape. If you're new to using adhesive vinyl, you're going to need this transfer tape to help it stick to one of these decals and be able to pull it up really easily and then transfer it to a mug. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to like scrape at it with your fingers, and it's just not going to do as well. So I'm going to quickly cut out a shape. I might just trim this down a little bit more too. So that's 3 inches by 3 inches roughly. And then we're going to use this transfer tape to transfer on to a couple of different mugs. Alright, so we also have black and white adhesive vinyl. If you want to use just 20 different colors, or 20 of the same colors rather, of white or black, that's an option. But a lot of people like the variety of color. It just depends on what you're actually trying to accomplish and what you're using it for. So this is our transfer tape. It's clear and the tack is medium, so the sticky side back here, it will stick to, let's do this cool little unicorn fish thing. I don't know what that is. It'll stick to the vinyl itself, but then when you go to transfer it, you'll be able to peel it up off of the mug and it won't stick or leave any residue, which is really nice and really quick and easy. So I'm just squeegeeing this down to make sure the transfer tape actually grips onto the vinyl. And then once that happens, I'll just peel it up, quick and easy. And then I'm going to transfer it, let's do this one, to a mug. Okay, so in order to do that, I just place it down. You can smooth it out with your fingers or with the squeegee again. And once you have it squeegeed and smooth, you'll just remove Make sure you can see that. Just remove the transfer tape, and there you go. The adhesive vinyl will stick on. And like I said, this is our variety adhesive vinyl bundle. I just picked out, I think this is glossy, but we have 20 different colors glossy, 20 different colors matte, and that was how we transfer that. So I used, I think it was this color, this orange, and I cut it out into a bunch of different shapes. A couple of these down here, I didn't do a good job transferring and weeding. Like as you can see here, that tail on the mouse, I missed a few of those different little pieces for his tail, just because I was weeding quickly. But as you can see, like some of this really fine detail, I had to use like a weeding needle to actually remove all of these super detailed cut out pieces, and especially like on the seal's face, all these individual little scoring precise cuts I was able to weed out pretty easily, which is really nice because this backing here is like a really glossy silicone release liner, so that way it was easy for me to cut all these out and weed them. I used like a little needling tool to help do that. But that was our quick transfer. One of these straight from one of our adhesive sheets. So let's go ahead. I'm curious, I haven't actually tested this off camera to see how well you can transfer adhesive vinyl to something like this. And this is kind of like a soft faux leather, like I said again. But I want to see how well that'll stick with adhesive vinyl. So I'm going to pick another design. I kind of like this wolf. And I'm going to actually reuse the same piece of transfer tape because it is reusable and you can reuse it 3, 4, 5 times. What I would recommend is at a certain point when you start seeing dirt and particulate and some other things like that start to build up on your transfer tape, that's when you want to get a new piece, because you don't want any of that debris to start sticking to your design and then making it look, a little dirty. But with a 30-foot roll, that'll last forever. So I'm transferring this now, and I'm going to try and put it right into the middle of the journal here. Let's get a little better lay flat. I'm going to try and squeegee this pretty well. I think I got some bubbles under there just because this material is really soft underneath this faux leather. But this is a real cool way to personalize a journal or, a notebook, or maybe put your monogram on there, your name, your initials, or just do something fun with it. So hopefully this sticks, this peels up. This material doesn't seem like it's made for this kind of thing, but I'm going to do my best to weed that. Wow, that looks pretty good. That looks really good. And then I have a nice little cut out adhesive vinyl decal, and I'll put it onto this journal. So this will probably last and hold very well. You could alternatively use probably a heat transfer vinyl. I would be careful with that though, with specifically like this faux leather type material. If it's a hardcover journal, by all means, this will be perfect. It's just like a sticker. Of course it'll stick on. But I would be careful using heat transfer vinyl on this faux leather because it could burn it under high heat. But yeah, there you go. A nice little decal. So let's also open up to one of these sheets and let's put on another one of these decals here. I think I will take, let's use the mouse just because. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, already stuck it on. And let's put it onto one of the sheets. So just transferring adhesive vinyl. Oh, I'm missing his nose a little bit. Let's see if it still transfers. I think it'll be fine. But I'm going to actually transfer this into one of these sheets here. And it's like, say you're journaling and it's Year of the Rat, right? If you follow the Chinese calendar, Chinese New Year, and you want to put in a little cool little sticker to make it fun. Let's see, this is paper material against transfer tape. I wouldn't expect this to hold up very well. It's giving me a little bit of a problem. Yeah. A tiny bit of a issue with one of these pieces. Does not want to stay on. So you could also use the for our transfer tape, it comes with a squeegee. So if you have problems with some of these, use the hard plastic side to try and really make it stick down. But it might just not come up. Might just have to leave it. Yeah. Ooh, I don't think I weeded that well. But anyways, there you go. We got one of our little mouse decals. And I lost a little bit of the vinyl. Not a lot, but there you go. Transferring adhesive vinyl to a notebook on the outside. I really like that actually. And then on the inside, on a piece of paper. So transfer tape will work, and so will adhesive vinyl. The only thing I would be concerned about with this is bending it. So let's see, if I roll this up, for some reason, if you're bending your page a lot, back and forth, no, it's holding on there really well. Because this is actually permanent adhesive vinyl that we are using. Did we say that? Yeah, so on our packaging, it says permanent adhesive. So there's two types. There's permanent and then there's removable. So for removable, that's more for indoor kind of maybe wall decals, putting it on paint or something like that. But permanent is going to stick a lot better and be on there a lot tighter. And actually the nice thing about our permanent adhesive vinyl is that if you go to, say you don't like this design anymore for some reason, if you go to actually peel it up, as far as I can tell, it doesn't leave any residue. So that's actually really nice. So if I peel it up, don't like this decal anymore, it's a little bit of a challenge to get it all up in one piece, but there's no residue. Oh, lost the horn. But as you can see, there's no residue left on the rest of the tumbler. So even though it's permanent, you would think that the glue would be challenging to get off. It would stick on there, wouldn't want to come off. But nope, no gooey residue left behind. The only thing I would caution with permanent adhesive vinyl is if you try and remove it from the wall, you might rip up some paint. So that is when you need to pay attention and read the labeling to make sure if you're using permanent adhesive vinyl, use it for outdoor projects, not indoor projects. So there we go. We transferred to a mug, which I just removed, and then we transferred to a journal. So let's do another mug transfer and see how that looks. So let's pick maybe this squid, and I'm gonna have to get a new piece of transfer tape. So just come to my transfer tape roll and cut out about 3 inches by 3 inches. And you have 30 feet of this, so this will last forever. I mean, I've had this for weeks, and I've gotten maybe less than a foot in. And it's medium tack, which is the perfect amount for adhesive vinyl. So if you want to pick this up, you can either go to amazon.com/royal elements and look at our store, or you can just click any of the links that I have highlighted right now and take a look at those, because these will really help with your transferring, especially having one of these. A lot of adhesive transfer tape do not have a squeegee included, and that can be annoying. So it's really nice to have this and super handy. So let's pick it up using our transfer tape, and let's transfer the vinyl to this mug. So here we go, just place it down and rub over it just to make sure it's sticking really well. And I like to peel transfer tape at like a harsh angle. That way, oh, a little bit came off, not bad. That way we make sure it sticks on really well. And even though these colors, orange and blue and white, don't match up the best, just for a demonstration, I just wanted to show you. There you go. Adhesive vinyl transfer onto a tumbler. Very easy. I guess the most challenging part for all of this is to actually weed out all of these designs individually. That can take a little time and patience. It only took me a few minutes, but there we go. A few different transfers here for a tumbler, and this one was a previous one, a cute little rhino. And then also using our adhesive vinyl onto the journal. I think this is the coolest one I've done yet. Really adds some character to just a blank journal. And then right here, inside the page and the adhesive vinyl, or rather the transfer tape, I was expecting it to kind of tear up and like have that paper stick to the back of the transfer tape, but it worked out fine. So let's just do one more transfer and then let's call it. So besides for just transferred adhesive vinyl, you can transfer other things like, let me find it. We have printable vinyl available. So this, I think we used exactly our matte printable vinyl. If you type in, I just spilled some water, but it's matte printable vinyl. And if you type that in on Amazon, Royal Elements printable vinyl, you'll be able to see that and go ahead and pick some of that up. So we printed this out from an inkjet printer, cut out the shape of Baby Yoda, and I just peeled off the backing and stuck it on. But that's a little bit of a different topic. So I'm gonna have to actually get some of this water up. Oops. Yeah, that was not good. But hey, look, it's waterproof. That's another thing. Adhesive vinyl is waterproof, so I mean, no damage done there. You can see all those beads of water, and the nice thing about permanent vinyl is that it'll stick to like a bumper sticker or a car or something like that, and you won't have any issues in terms of the decal peeling up. So if you ever are driving around on the road and you see someone with a cutout design of something, or like words, or just all one color, or even multiple colors, you can layer this vinyl on top of things, then they probably used adhesive vinyl in order to do that. So these are suitable for car decals, outdoor applications. They're permanent, and also don't leave any residue, and they're waterproof. So the best of both worlds, I guess. So let me just transfer this last thing before we end the live stream. And let's go ahead and peel up this adhesive vinyl. Okay, and then let's transfer it to this mug. So I kind of have some bubbles in there. so I didn't squeegee it down. So the way you get rid of those, yeah, I could have done a better job. The way you get rid of those is you really squeegee it out really well, and maybe work from one side all the way out to the corner to make sure your vinyl lays flat and doesn't have any air bubbles, because that could cause problems eventually. But there we go, another transfer onto a mug. So adhesive vinyl, besides for mugs and this journal, for example, adhesive vinyl is really for hard, smooth surfaces. So anything that's hard and smooth, you don't want to use this on clothing. These really won't. I mean, it's the same idea of like putting a sticker on clothing. That's probably not going to be the greatest option. You want to use heat transfer vinyl instead, and we don't currently offer that. But adhesive vinyl is definitely best for hard and smooth surfaces. So wood, plastic, acrylic. So this is actually this is I think it's an acrylic sealer that I used over top of this, and that's because it's hard and smooth. It works just fine. You could put it on glass, plastic, pretty much anything that's hard and smooth, as long as it's not really curved. So like a tumbler, it has a slight curvature. If you had like a really large design and you're trying to put it around the entire surface, that might give you some problems. But you will generally be okay as long as it's smooth, hard, and relatively flat. If you're pretty good at transferring, then it shouldn't give you any issues. But that was our little tutorial on how to use adhesive vinyl on tumblers and journals. So be sure to follow us on Amazon Live or wherever you're watching this, and visit our store or our product and go to amazon.com/Royal Elements, and you'll be able to see everything we have to offer. We don't just sell adhesive vinyl. We have printable vinyl. We have sticker paper, adhesive vinyl, transfer tape, all kinds of different materials, and we're expanding our catalog. So thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll catch you during the next live stream.